What's going on, everybody? My name is Mosh, and I'm here to answer the question, which of the big three wins patch 2.0? Well, ironically enough, my first three games of patch 2.0, I started with the worst and ended with the best. And for the worst, I have to say, RIP Last Word. I was the biggest Last Word fanboy for the longest time. Don't get me wrong, I knew it needed a nerf. It was one of the most, if not the most overpowered gun, aside from Thorn. Even though it had a faster time to kill than Thorn, if in that close to medium golden range. However, now, even at close range, you're not going to beat most shotguns. Because it doesn't have that 3-shot killing potential anymore. Unless you are right in somebody's face and they're AFK, essentially. That's the only time you're ever going to get those 68 body shots that you used to get, because the blanket hand cannon nerf on top of the Last Words range nerf, it's just not really usable anymore. I know they increased the hipfire accuracy and the aim assist for headshots. However, I haven't found that sweet spot yet. Then again, this is only my first game. It's my only game with it. Even in this game, the one or two guys I was playing against, one I think was using Queen Breakers. And so, I mean, this wasn't a very serious skirmish game. But I don't know, man. It's not good anymore. You're going to be playing cleanup crew a lot. I think I got maybe 3 honest kills the entire match with this gun by itself, and that was just because they were missing. That's about it. If I laid into a good player, they would shut me down before I could get the second or third shot off. Or I should say the second or third shot into their body. You're going to miss, I don't know, I'd say about 30% of the shots you take. Now moving right along into Hawkmoon. I don't know, again, 2.0 kind of crushed this gun too. In hindsight, I should have been using accurized ballistics. I was really looking at impact over range, when I should have been thinking the opposite. Because that blanket hand cannon nerf just annihilated range across the board for all hand cannons. And Hawkmoon is not the sniper that it once was. It really isn't, and that makes me sad. I was never the best with it. I had some really great games with it, but Last Word was kind of my home. It didn't fit to my playstyle, and I don't know, it just wasn't me. And this nerf did not help. The 2-shot killing potential is still there, though. I will say that. It's nice landing it, especially when holding aces activates, because they added this nice little audio cue. They kind of, I don't know, best thing I could resemble it to is like Mario coin sound. I don't know how else to say that, but I don't know, it's really cool that they added that feature in. However, it does not work, or I shouldn't say it doesn't work, that audio feature does not cue on Luck in the Chamber. So just to be clear there. I would say this gun would be much better if it had not necessarily the hit markers or aim assist of Thorn, but somewhat resembling that, because in its current state, you think you're gonna land the shot and you miss it by a mile, according to the game. While Thorn is the complete opposite, and I will get into that once we get to Thorn. Other than that, I mean, it was fun to use. It was satisfying to get kills with. It's just this 2.0 kind of screwed what it was. I'm not saying like back to version 1.0 or whenever it was its strongest, when it could just 1-shot every now and again, and 2-shot was almost guaranteed and you could hit people across the map. I'm not saying it should be that. I'm just saying it needs to be a little better than what it is now. It's performing like its legendary counterparts and House of Wolves. You know, if you got the Luck in the Chamber in last round on an Ill Will or something along those lines, it's resembling that. And it's just not Hawkmoon anymore. It's not this super awesome God Gun exotic. I'm not saying it should be OP. Like I said, I'm not saying that at all. It's just, like I said, it's not as good as it once was. There's not much else I can say about it that's great or bad. It's just really mediocre. That's pretty much what it comes down to. However, I'm sure there are some loyalists out there who will stick with this gun regardless of its status, and good for you. I'm probably going to try to stick with Last Word and find its sweet spot, if there is one. And now, finally, and I hate to say it, the winner of 2.0 has definitely got to go to Thorn. It's got the best range out of all three, even with the nerf. And I will say, the nerf definitely took a toll on it. I remember shooting people this range within this clip, hitting 84s or 86s. And I will say, though, I did not use this gun that often because I felt like an asshole using it, and now I don't. It's just a good gun now. Or a great gun, but it's not a god gun. And I completely agree with the spin they took on it. Well, somewhat. I don't agree with the dot stacking. I like it just at 3, at least in PvP. In PvE, sure, can stack a million times. I don't give a fuck. But within Crucible, I don't know. It's debatable. But like I said, within the current state, it's just a good gun. That's it. I was finding myself really having to pace myself with these shots. In its old state, even with Send It On, I could just spam, because Send It adds those extra hitboxes and gives you that bonus accuracy and range that you really didn't have to worry about the recoil. But with the added recoil of 2.0, along with the reduce in base stability and the reduce in range, you really have to pace yourself and be patient, much like Hawkmoon was. And I have to emphasize that this is kind of the new Hawkmoon. I didn't find myself in many situations that I was really able to spam up close and be effective with it, and so that's good. I mean, it's very possible. However, most people will get the jump on you with either melee or shotgun before you can kill them, and that is great. Well, that about does it for me. If there's anything else you guys want to know, just hit me up and I will try to produce some content on it. But anyway, enjoy the rest of the clip, and I will see you guys later.